This is GeneralHail, and I just skipped class with the progress report.
The progress report.
All right, welcome to another edition of Skipping Class. We're here with General Hellraiser. Let's start off with letting us know where you're from and what you do.
From Chicago, Illinois. In short, I'm a chief of an indigenous tribe. We're a non-federally contracted micronation by classification called the Malachian Empire. We're roughly around 5 years old right now. So what we do is pretty much provide, different products and services for the members of the organization, such as, birth certificates, tribal identification, international driver's licenses and driving permits, and offer different services like estate planning, credit repair, business credit development, you name it, those are the areas we cover.
Okay. Now, how did you get into this?
Just started studying different areas of law, originally started off in understanding contracts by actually doing credit repair. And then from there, just started, falling in love with different aspects of law. My first love was contract law. Then I started, engaging more into, trust, understanding trust and how to, create and navigate in trust. And just started the education on that.
Okay. What are some of the challenges along the way?
Outside of educating self, educating people, educating people on, what we do, why we do it, and why it's essential, let alone beneficial, to the individuals that we do it for.
Okay. What's the biggest misconception?
People assume that we are either a cult. People may assume that we are hold a federal contract with the government, which we don't. People may assume that we are affiliated with the Malachi Z. York situation or individual. It's a lot of things people will assume just by being outside looking in, just judging the book by its cover or just taking a name per se, trying to compare and contrast. But like I said, we're a brand new organization. The name originated, I created the name. My son his name is Prince Malachi, so he was the first family member to actually adopt the new family name, which is considered our tribal name and our private name. And then from there, I adopted my extended family into that.
Now let me ask you something. Is this similar? Is this something like the Moors type thing? Like I used to see online when, like, say, the police pull you over and you have a different type of license type thing.
I guess you could say it's similar. Yeah, we are. So, but speaking of the Moors and stuff like that, I would say we're about 50% Moorish Americans. That's actually members of the Malachian Empire. We service all people within all indigenous groups. So we're not isolated or limited to one particular group. So we classify ourselves like the tribe of all tribes. Everybody's pretty much welcome. So we have Moorish Americans. We have we have some international members in Jamaica right now. All different walks of life. Our objective is to provide a solution to everybody's problem. Be a solution-based organization, no matter what organization that you're representing.
Okay. Now, what are some of the things, like, say, if I wanted to get down with it, how do I get involved?
Yeah, membership is easy. Application based. People fill out the application. We do background checks and stuff like that to make sure we're staying in honor, to make sure that we're not assumed to be a criminal organization that's promoting or things or products or services that's giving the criminals an extension to be able to take advantage of and stuff like that. So we do have standards, that are complement, your United States government standards. You see what I mean? So we teach law. That's our main areas of focus. It is law. So we just our objective is to educate people on how to exercise their rights in law. So that's the problem that we have, and that's the reason why a lot of us are not, us as a people are in the condition that we're in, because we don't we have a huge ignorance of law and our rights within those laws. So, you know, we're not anti-government as far as like against any for said government. You know, we just want to find a way for us to be able to navigate from, you know, point A to point Z without, you know, being personally liable for things we shouldn't be liable for. So we don't do, you know, we don't do like, you know, the whole, we activate our rights to travel, but we actually offer travel identification, you know, for people to travel in that still hold those government standards. You know, we don't teach our people to argue with police officers and stuff like that. You know, we just try to hold up a higher standard of protocol for the safety of the people.
Now, being a part of the empire, how does that impact the person you are today?
It makes me liable, you know, for a lot of things. It makes me have to be accountable for a lot of things. So I gotta, you know, be extraordinarily teaching, you know, what I do, how I do it. You know, I have to, you know, learn how to properly leverage, you know, every situation, you know, for the better benefit of the people as a whole. I have to always kind of stay ahead of, you know, of the game, so to speak, you know, especially in relation to law and technology. I have to always stay in a safe place of curation to be able to constantly curate things for us to use and navigate with, you know, in this current world as well as the new world to come. You see what I mean? You know, speaking of like things like the metaverse and stuff like that.
Okay. Speak on being an author and a technology innovator.
You know, writing books is something that I actually, I guess, I don't know, accidentally fell in love with recently within the past couple of years. I never, you know, thought I would actually, you know, enjoy it. You know, so I grew an instant passion in that in the recent couple of years, and you know, I took off on it. You know, released, you know, 4 books this year alone. Working on the 5th. So being able to write books and to, you know, kind of express myself in the form of a book has definitely opened up another gateway for me to be able to, you know, enlighten the people or educate the people or provide the information that I believe our people need to progress as a, you know, as a whole. You know, the first books that I released, you know, the Trustology, Superior Laws of Contracts, and the Malachi Bible and the Foreign National Manual are the first books that are considered the workbooks of the University of Malachi, because we just launched had the grand opening yesterday. So just like when you go to school, you have your workbooks. So these are so that's how I scaled, you know, the market of my books. You know, they're actually workbooks inside the university as well. As well as each book was also published up under the publishing house of Malachi. So we have our own publishing company. You know, the whole thing I try to show everybody is like we have the power to create our own and manage our own, everything in-house. As far as technologies, a few things that we've done is we've developed an application called Oxium, and that was intended to be an alternative private gateway for online communications like Zoom. Because when Zoom first started, you know, being used by the states to operate and have court sessions in, I knew that there was going to be a breach in privacy. So I created Zoom, actually, Oxium 2 years ago. Same thing with WhatsApp. When I seen that WhatsApp has been taken over by Facebook, I immediately started developing an app called Nomadian. So that's supposed to be our private alternative to WhatsApp. Same thing with email. So we have mail tunnels. So we don't really get comfortable with the Googles and Yahoos and stuff like that. So everything is all about privacy for us. You know, privacy to us is our ultimate asset protection, our ultimate protection as flesh and blood, you know, men and women.
So basically, it's like living off the grid in this land.
Essentially, I don't believe in, you know, preaching the independence. You know what I'm saying? Preaching independence without in order to be independent, you have to be dependent upon your own organization, your own structure, your own devices, your own technologies and stuff like that. We're always going to be subject to that said government or that said entity if we're not creating our own things. You see what I mean? So I just wanted to, do more action as opposed to, preaching those things.
Can you explain what the name means?
Well, it's messenger. Malachi is another word, another name for like messenger and stuff like that. In short, as far as the family name Malachi, my name is Neapolis Malik Malachi. Neapolis is just long for Neo. Neo meaning the one.
Okay. Now, when you building these platforms, do you do the coding and all that type of stuff?
I'm familiar. I have a background in web development, ActionScript 3.0, and a lot of different other areas, even certain aspects of PHP or locate the things I need to locate to be able to customize certain things. But as far as writing code from scratch, no, I have developers for that. But I understand that it's important to be competent enough in whatever you're doing to be able to properly put people in place to do whatever needs to be done, So that's kind of how I still always have the edge in, technologies and anything that I develop. I kind of know enough about it, so whether I'm doing it myself or not, I know how to properly appoint the proper person.
A lot of people want to do private stuff like where the powers that be is not always over them, and this sounds like a good movement to join.
Yeah, it's all about, all of it is about the protection of our people. We just, while still not trying to, I don't want to give the narrative that we're trying to tell people that you don't have to abide by any law, that we shouldn't have, because people assume that freedom means that I can just do what I want to do. No, we're not, that's ignorant to think that. You see what I mean? That we still need structure, we still need governance. You see what I mean? We still need some type of, we still need regulations. We still need rules. You see what I mean? We're just developing a set of rules within an organization that better complements the individuals within.
Now, is there a hierarchy? Like say here, the president, is there, in the movement, is there a top person?
Yeah. I guess you can say that person may be me. I don't like saying that, but it is. It is. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's elders, here in the physical as well as the spiritual that that I get, the insight and guidance from, outside of myself. But unlike majority organizations and within this classification, we look at all of our, the women within the Malachian Empire as queens. We look at all the men inside the Malachian Empire as kings, within their own realm. You see what I mean? So we always have to have those hierarchies, those higher councils and lower councils. That just kind of what comes with the territory if we're really serious about what we're doing. There has to be different sectors and opportunities of advancement. You see what I mean? And but everybody does have a voice, no matter who they are. They have a voice of opinion. If they have a concern or about anything, they voice it, and we take it, their opinions, as serious as we would any quote council of the empire.
Is there any? Do you have to be a certain religion or whatever to deal with y'all or to join?
People from all religious backgrounds, whatever they choose to do in their personal time as far as religiously, that's their right. Now, does that still? That doesn't take away the fact that we also have our own body of spiritual, doctrine and stuff like that with the Malachian Bible. So that's what that is for. But that is not forced upon the people. But if they actually would like to, if they intend to truly understand, who we are, what we are, and the whole point of what we're doing, it would be beneficial for them to follow at least the general principles that's held inside the Malachian Bible. You see what I mean? So yeah, I mean, because we're not a religious-based organization. We are a faith-based organization, but more in the sense of spirituality.
The reason why I even brought up religion, because when you was talking about the hierarchy and you were saying things like you have spiritual people and stuff, so I said, let me see if religion is anything to do with it.
Yeah, and we don't X out no. I believe there's keys and codes inside of everything. You see what I mean? So we just try to focus on the mindset of the individuals to be able to probably navigate through these things to get the answers that you need out of that's for you, and know how to properly apply those. You see what I mean? You know, so I don't really knock anything as long as the person understands, knows how to create separation between what's what. And
do you feel it's kind of hard to get people to join or be involved, because you know out here how everybody just brainwashed on things and they don't want to change, you know what I mean, when they know it's something good, but it's hard to get them out of their current situation, as in, you know, the system basically.
The educational piece is a incredibly essential part of everything. That's why it was important for us to actually finally establish the university. That's the only way we can kind of more so guarantee the progression of the mindset of the people by you know, managing the areas of study. You know what I'm saying? Providing a specific areas of study. You know, so just like when we went to grammar school, you know, you had your general studies, you had your math, your English, your science, all these other things. So we have law, we have trust and estate planning, or trust in general. We have digital currency. We have our language arts for the Malachian language. We have consumer credit. Business credit. These are our main areas of study. We have extracurriculars and stuff like that for our master classes. So now we can build off that. Now we have something to build off of. So now we have our religious piece. We have the church. We have the educational. We have the educational piece, and we also have our government structure, you know, outside of that. So now we have all the elements for the gumbo that need to really make this make sense, you know, as well as our culture piece. So we have affiliations with other tribal organizations, you know, or other indigenous organizations that have, you know, they might celebrate different things in different parts of the season. You know, their celebration is our celebration. We adopt and embody every element of every organization within the organization. You know, that's how we kind of, you know, expand. You know, the objective is to create such a solution-based system where it attracts everybody within, and that's not even limiting any other cultures, but even though ours is our main focus, but I don't believe in limiting other races as well to a certain extent, because though they also have keys and that we need to help our people evolve too. So
when you let them in, you know what they say, how things happen.
It can. That's why we got to be cautious. We have to be conscious of who we deal with, how we deal with them, you know. But without limitation, you know, we still. It's not enough of us in certain spaces to put us in these places. So we have to leverage our relations and our relationships with people that have access in these other places that we haven't had access to yet. You see what I mean? So I'm just, I break a lot of rules. I break a lot of rules, but we also, I guess, based upon the results, I have results of great progress, and we on the progress report of great progress. So I guess, you know, my strategic way of breaking rules and making rules is doing us justice, you know, especially considering we're a fairly new organization or tribe.
Now, back to the online course, right? Is it similar to college? Like, it's a yearly thing, or how long is the process? The main courses are going to be are more so quarterly, you know. So, but even though it's at your own pace, it's still, you can still take it like you know, on a quarterly level. You know what I'm saying? First quarter you might take this. Second quarter, you might take that, and then, you know, but we want to keep it at a person's own. We don't want to limit how quickly they can go through and accomplish whatever. We're going to be opening up doors for other instructors from, you know, that specialize in different things, that's certified in different things. A person can sign up as either an instructor or apply as an instructor
or organization. So an entire organization can come in and provide lessons and classes and curriculums and stuff like that within the University of Malachi. So the University of Malachi is going to be like a major deal. You know, one of the biggest accomplishments definitely this year and period. You know, in history of the Malachian Empire. Now, when you said is it hard to kind of get people to join or whatever, that's not the problem, to be honest with you. And the reason why it's not the problem is because we're solution based. Most people come to us because they have a problem. You see what I mean? Most people come. Think about how many people got suspended driver's license. Think about how many people ducking and dodging child support. Think about how many people can't government name because you know the liability might have warrants. You said so. I know the problems that a lot of our people have. So all I do is address the problems. So they get to learn later, like, oh damn, y'all, this is what y'all about. This is what y'all. They don't give a shit about that. They might learn to give a shit about it, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Now some people might actually embody the whole circumference of what we're doing and stuff like that. But most people come because they heard they can come. Hey, y'all got the sauce and the answers, and then they grow to learn and to love. You know, or some don't. Some people just have personal interests. They just want to come in, get what they can get and get out. You know, and now those are the people. So our problem is more so ciphering through the people that's not really for us. For the people, they're just, and separating ourselves from the people that are just selfish in their own ways, but that's not the problem at all. All they got to do is show people an answer to their problems and they'll sign up. Well said, but I've been in those jails getting, from this and that, So all I do is address the problems, you cannot go how do you become a necessity? You see what I mean? If we're a necessity, you know what I'm saying? This is we're not talking about some stuff where it's like, well, you introduce somebody something like, I don't know if it's for me or not. It's something in what we do is it relates to everybody, and black or white, black or white. Now do our people, is it harder to get our people to understand the significance? Maybe so. Actually, other cultures, other races have seen the significance are easier to understand the significance of what we're doing as opposed to our people as a whole. Yeah, 100%, and more supportive.
Let me ask you this. Well, that our key word is progress. So how have you progressed as a person?
Well, based upon the position, I can't help but to always have progress, and the progress needs to be apparent. It needs to be a record and a resume of that. So every quarter, every year that passes us by, I have to be able to look back, and the people have to be able to look back and be like, damn, this year we was here, this year we're there, this year we had this, now we have that. You see what I mean? And that's something that's been consistent since I've been in the public.
Okay. All right. So before I let you go, man, let us know what's next.
Man, what's next on the agenda? Going to 2024. Like I said, we're going to be going extraordinarily heavy on the university. That is a major project. Next up, we're just going deeper into developments of our technologies, focusing on some evolutional enhancements for our identifications, getting prepared for some legal changes inside, government sectors and society as a whole as it relates to identification, getting ready for the, certain things such as the palm technologies, getting ready for the real ID to really kick in through domestic jurisdictions, especially airports, just getting ready for a lot of different things. Everything that we're doing now is time to, now the game is awareness. So we're doing everything we do now to let the world know and let our people know that we're here, that the Underground Railroad is now open. You see what I mean? The objective is to establish, more strategic relationships with more, like-minded people, politically, non-politically, people that are in a position of influence or power to actually make some things happen. People that's actually serious about so-called nation building, because everybody talking about it, and I'm tired of hearing everybody say that goddamn word, and ain't nobody about no goddamn nation building. Not without the clout chasing and fronting and stunning. real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we're doing all the groundwork to actually make this stuff happen. You know, people got to start supporting the people that's actually doing the work and not doing this. Like people that's looking good in front of your face and live all goddamn day, but ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? If we can get a little bit of that, we can get somewhere. So people that's really trying to establish and secure their family, their households, generate actual generational wealth. But before we talk about the money, we have to understand what that even means. You know, most people, our generation, our race doesn't even have anybody that we know in relation that has actually even experienced an aspect of a generational wealth to teach it. You know, so we're talking about something we haven't really even felt or tasted yet. You see what I mean? So it's just a lot of things that have to be stopped. A lot of things that got to be changed. A lot of things have to be to be done. And then I just want to, you know, go across the world and the country and challenge people to see if they're really ready.
That's deep, brother. That's deep.
That's it. Seriously, I want all the celebrities, all the high influences that are members of the Malachian Empire to wake up, turn on their social medias and open up your mouth and let people know that about the people that serve you, the people that support you, the people that have been helping y'all stay out y'all bullshit. It's time for y'all to come out of silence because that's not fair to the people. You know, we have people of great influence that are involved that don't say nothing. But they be on the internet all day talking a whole bunch of nonsense and nothings, you know. But they want to keep us in the shadows. But we their supporting backbone. So I'm calling everybody out.
It's that time.
That's what I'm on.
Okay. Let the people know how they can get in touch with you.
I think the easiest way is to if you guys follow me on Instagram at Hail Lord Razor. That's HAIL LORDRAZOR. Then, you know, the link is in the bio to everything that we've been discussing for the most part, or at least leads you in the right direction. I think it's easier if people kind of follow me personally and they kind of get a glimpse of, there's only so much we're going to show on our websites and stuff like that for strategic purposes and protection purposes. So you have to get inside to really see what's going inside, you know. But I'm gonna give enough to let you guys know, like, hey, kind of sort of what we're doing and why we're doing it. But I think what happens is that the person follows me for a while, they kind of get it, and then they'll be enticed to, you know, really want to know more and really want to be a part of it.
Okay. Great conversation, brother. Thank you for coming in to skipping class.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
The Progress Report.